Good morning, everyone. My name is Megan Delance, and today I'll be speaking on how to plan a trip to Europe. My focus today is to inspire you on how to plan a trip that is true to life. Have you ever doubted that your dreams to travel could become reality? Ever came across a country that you would like to visit but didn't do it? Or knew how to plan a trip but didn't have the self motivation to do it? Sometimes we lose our hopes and dreams about traveling, and not because we lose interest, but because we don't plan realistically. According to the State Department, 36% of Americans owns a valid passport, leaving behind a 64% that don't own a valid passport, meaning that more than half of Americans haven't came out of the US. Traveling outside of the country might seem like an abundance of money and difficulty, but traveling with realistic planning can actually benefit you rather than cause you stress. So my first point today will be on finding a country in Europe that will meet your expectations. My first advice will be to find activities within these countries, the options that you have, that you like to enjoy during your visit. For example, if you like the nightlife, if you like art, if you like to go to restaurants, if anything that you feel that you would like to do in the city, so you can identify which place will be the best place for you to go. For example, a person who likes history and art, I will highly recommend to visit Paris because Paris is full of history. If you are not related to a specific country that you would like to visit, that's why I have created for you guys this survey that will help you identify the place that you would like to visit, and or the place that will be better for you, that matches with your personality or what you're looking to do in that specific country. Personally, I am a person who loves to shop. I love to go to classy cafe shops. I love to browse on Pinterest and for fine arts. And for these reasons and many other minor details, I have been matched with Italy. Having 50 countries to pick from can be a little bit overwhelming, but when you have the right tools to figure it out, it can make it easier for you. You can even be adventurous and visit a place that is completely different from your lifestyle. Like Helen Keller once stated, life is either a daring adventure or nothing. Now we're gonna go on to the next step. Now that you have pinpointed a country in Europe, it's time to plan what are you gonna do during your stay. Remind yourself, why did you pick this country? Also, with who are you going to be going to this country? Europe has a lot to offer when it comes to history and art. My advice will be to research the history of the country that you're going so that you have a further understanding of your visit. If art is something that you love, Europe is famous for many of their art museums. For example, Louvre Museum, which is located in Paris and is the most largest and historic museum in France. Also, they have parks they have this park in Denmark that is very similar to Disney, but they differ on the minor twists with their stories ending darker tales or fantasizing plots. Perfect. Now that you have an idea on where are you going and what are the activities that you will be doing, we're gonna proceed into how to cover their expenses. You have to take into consideration that transportation might be one of the highest expenses that you will be facing during this trip. And one way to save money is by booking ahead. For example, also shoes if you would like to be traveling in a cruise or fly commercial. Your accommodation is also something to consider. Purchasing ahead of time to avoid costly last minute prices and to ensure the rooms are available on the dates of your travel. Now that we have covered the major parts, it's also important to cover the minor parts. How are you going to make this happen? Well, you have to create a plan, a savings plan. We recommend that you start saving monthly until you accumulate, so you can accumulate faster the money that you will be using towards this trip. Remember that the more you have, the more opportunities you have to enjoy during the trip. Also, if you don't have one yet, it's important for you to have a passport. It's not only required for the trip, but it's also beneficial. In other words, traveling can become reality when prepared realistically, steps within your plan. Deep down inside, we all have that one trip within Europe that we desire to travel to, but uncertainty is overpowering it. And I am here to tell you that hesitation never changed anything, but the willpower within you to get something crossed off your bucket list by simply following the steps. You are on your way to your travel desires, one step at a time. Thank you. Because everybody's here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.